Today we're going to talk about eBay sales, and we're going to get into whether sales are actually up or down. After we talk about that for a little bit, we're going to get into the items that sold over the weekend. Don't have a lot of items, sold more than last weekend, just by a little bit. So let's get right into it. If you're here for the thumbnail talking about whether or not sales are up or down on eBay, I can only tell you that right now sales are down for me. But I can't say whether or not sales are up or down for everybody. I think eBay, like all things in life, some people have a better experience, some people have a not better experience, not as good of an experience at different points in time. There's been plenty of times where my sales have been, doing very well, and I'll hear other people say sales are down, and I scratch my head and I'm like, man, that doesn't make sense. And now I hear some people say their sales are up or doing well, in their own words, and mine are struggling. So I'm listing what I think are good items, but, they have good sell-through rates. Normally I sell them very well. And, so, and some of it's just not moving as fast as I'd like it to. Now, saying that, this morning I was cleaning up a few pots and pans that from last week's, thrift haul, and to get them ready to take my pictures this morning, and had two items sell while I was scrubbing up dishes. And one of them is an item that will be on a video tomorrow, but I picked it up on Friday. Picked it up on Friday afternoon, whenever I was getting ready to head off to a speech and debate tournament with my boys and my wife, and walked into the Goodwill and I saw this thing, and this is a CD holder. You'll see it tomorrow, but I didn't know what the heck it was. Like, this is a weird thing with all these slots. What is this? And I took a picture and I was like, wow, that's cool. And two of them had sold in the last 90 days. None were listed. Listed it up just as fast as I could, which was that evening. And so I ended up getting an offer almost, a few hours after I listed it. And I put it up for $45, and they sent me a message, will you take $20? I love those messages. I said, I would not. I would take 40, and I sent them an offer with it. No response. So it's just the way that goes sometimes. But and this morning somebody bought it for full price. I was super stoked about that. The two that had sold, one had sold for 45, one had sold for 40. So none were available. So I priced mine at the higher end, and it sold. And then I sold a claw hammer. So it's going to be pulled out of that bin right there tomorrow. But sold a handful of those plum hammers with the red handles, and sold another one for $25 full asking price this morning. So great way to start a Monday for sure. But looking at this past weekend, only had 6 items sell. 5 of the 6 items sold on Friday afternoon. And then nothing on Saturday. Crickets. Sunday, crickets all day. And then yesterday evening, I got a sale, and I'm sure I'm going to get some heckling in the comments for selling this item. I didn't actually intend to sell it. I thought I had already deleted it from the store. And when I saw the sale, they sent me an offer. Whenever I saw the offer come through, I'm like, how did I miss that? But, I don't know. I'm a human. I missed it. And then somebody wanted to buy it. So I let it go pretty cheap, because if not, it was just going to go in the donation bin, and we'll get into it here in just a minute. But so for me, sales are still down a little bit. They are better than last week. I had 6 items sell over the weekend versus 5. $90, $91 in sales versus last week was 65. So 50% increase over last weekend, but still just horrible dollar sales. Everything was fairly low value. So yeah. I'm not freaking out though. I have so much stuff. I took pictures of 9 items this morning. I've got a whole bunch more stuff that I'm working on cleaning up. If you happened to see, I had a thrift haul video that I posted on Friday. I've got a whole set of West Bend cookware, very high-end stuff. It's really cool. I picked this guy up right here on Saturday. It was an interesting saute pan that has removable handles. There's buttons and they come off. But the last one of those that sold, not a super high sell-through rate, maybe 20, 25%. Last one of those that sold did have a lid, but it sold for like 55 bucks. I picked it up for $4.89. So I'm thinking, you know, I'm going to price it probably around 30, 35 bucks. So not a bad turnaround. And I like, in case nobody's noticed, if you've seen a handful of my videos and you haven't figured out yet, I do like selling cookware. It's very satisfying to get it all cleaned up to make it look really nice. And it sells pretty consistently for me. The key is just picking up the right stuff. So you got to pay attention to the good stuff for sure. All right, so I guess enough about that. Hopefully everybody that's watching, if you're a reseller, hopefully you had a really good week. If you did, or even if you didn't, and you're open to sharing, I'd encourage you to drop a comment down below and just let us know. Let me know, how did you do? And what are you selling? That's, if you have great sales, what are you selling that is bringing in the cash for you? And if your sales are down, what category are you selling in? And you know, maybe somebody else has tips or tricks or something to share. I don't know, but getting, you know, having a conversation with people as much as possible, you know, on a platform like YouTube here. So let's take a look at the weekend sales. So the first item is this, sold this Guitar Hero 6, I think, Warriors of Rock. I'm not a video game expert at all. I pick stuff up. I'll pick up these guitars, and I've got another one over here that different model, but I'll pick them up if they're cheap and I can sell them for parts and make money. I don't have consoles to test them or anything like that. So this is $5. Sold it for $22.89 plus shipping. They paid $22 and some shipping. So, you know, all in with tax and everything, they're going to be in this thing for probably 55, 60 bucks. And unfortunately, this one, there's some models that the necks just snap out and you can ship it in a smaller profile. This isn't one of those. This one, I think, releases right up here at the top, but I can't get it to release. But again, I'm selling these for, when I sell them, I'm selling them for parts. So see how that one goes. Next side, I don't love packing those. That's the only thing. I don't know if I'd pick them up again. I don't know if they don't come apart at the neck, because packing them kind of just sucks. Next item is this. This is a really cool item. It's this vintage. It's a Stanley Tools. It's a scribe. So it's got a little point here. So you can adjust this. You can move this up and down at whatever depth you want it. Put that against your material. This is the 0 mark. And then you can run it against your material and scribe a line so that you have something to cut along. If you're working with, it's really made for wood, but you could run it against metal. The only thing is the metal is going to dig into your wood. But you can scribe on metal, but you can scribe on wood and get a precise line. Cool piece. Picked it up at an estate sale in Colorado with a bunch of other tools a couple months ago. Picked it up for $2. Sold that one on an offer for $13.42 plus shipping. I'm going to back up 2 seconds and say I did not run any sales this weekend on purpose. I wanted to see what sales would be like if I wasn't, you know, how many items would sell if I wasn't running a sale or a discount or a coupon. And it's like, man, this is horrible. So I should have known better, really, but you know, I had a few, like 4 weeks in a row when I was running a sale. Last week, I only did it for like about half the weekend. And this week I did nothing. So at least last weekend I did have a bunch of stuff on sale, different, because I was trying to clear stuff out. And then a normal whole store sale. And I only sold 5 items. This week, nothing in 6 items. So it's a little bit difficult for me right now to navigate whether or not the sales are actually working. I think they do, but yeah, next week I will be running a sale Friday through Sunday. I haven't decided the percentage yet. I ran some at 20, 25, and 30. And I may try a tiered approach just based on the age of the inventory and see what I get out of that. Yeah. All right, let's jump back into it and look at the third item that sold over the weekend. This was pretty cool. I found this at a Goodwill. I paid attention to it because it said Helly Hansen on the back, which is a high-end brand. You'll see like outdoor clothing, jackets, a lot of jackets, and hats by that brand. I don't know a lot about it. I know it's a high-end brand, but so I saw that. I went around, picked it up, and I saw, so it's a Viking Cruise Line, Lifa inside. I don't know, but is super, super clean. I can't tell if it's ever been worn. I can't tell if it's ever been worn or not. But I picked that up for $4.40. I comped it on the spot because even though I thought it was cool because of the brand, I wanted to see about the sell-through. Found out it was a crew cap. So it's something that the crew would wear on the boat while they're there working. And it had a pretty good sell-through rate. So I've had it listed for maybe about 2.5 weeks, 3 weeks maybe. I picked it up for $4.40 and I sold it on an offer for $16.42 plus shipping. So glad to see that go out the door. And this one is funny. I've been watching some videos from Millennial Prophet, and he loves to comment on the hate he gets for shipping hats in poly mailers. I may ship this one in a poly mailer. It's an unstructured hat. I've done that before. So the only way this is going to get screwed up is if something bends the package in half right on the bill. I don't know. I may not. I think I've shipped 1 or 2 hats ever in a poly mailer, and I didn't get any bad, reviews or remarks on it, but we'll see. Let's see. Next item that sold. This is a Dymo. So this is a label maker, Dymo Slimline label maker. I picked this up at an estate sale. I picked it up for $2. It's got extra wheels. They're just little posts there that kind of hold them in place. But extra wheels. It's got tape in it, and there's a couple extra rolls of tape. And so I just spit out a little thing that said tested, and I put that in the pictures with it to let them know that it does actually, work. I thought about keeping it for myself, but then I was like, I don't put labels on anything, so I don't think it's gonna come in handy. So decided against it. But I picked that up for $2. Sold it for $25.89 plus shipping. Sorry, my throat's a little dry. The next item that sold a couple of these already, but this is called the Beer Hunter. It's a cool cap. It's got a little bottle opener there on it. This is a kind of an off-brand. The brand's called CSI. I have no idea what it stands for, but there was a bunch of hats I bought at a Love's Country Store truck stop gas station place. They had them all, and I ended up buying them for 95 cents a piece. So picked this up for 95 cents and sold it for $9.89 plus shipping on that one. And then the sixth item. So this was funny. Whenever I got this in a lot, it's still in the original bag, Southwestern Bell bag, but it's this little plastic phone keychain. I don't know why people collect these, but apparently they do. I sold a pink one a while back. I think I had it listed for $4.89 or $5.89 or something. Completely forgot that it was in the store. I thought I had taken it out actually. And somebody sent me an offer for $2 plus shipping. Now, before people start freaking out about a $2 sale, this is in a whole box of stuff I picked up at an estate sale. I've sold tons and tons of stuff out of this box, and some of it for pretty good money. But I don't know. If I had 10 cents in that, I'd be shocked. Maybe it's 5 cents. It's 5 or 10 cents. So anyhow, this one, I listed this up months ago. So $2 plus shipping. They paid $4.50 for shipping for this little keychain. So they're probably all into it for about $8 with tax and shipping and the product, but that's okay. It does not shock me anymore, the stuff people will buy on eBay. I think there's something out there for everybody. It can be the weirdest thing. I could probably, I can put my little pen. This is a Pilot G2, which is popular, but it says My Reseller Genie. I'm sure somebody would want it because of that. I don't know. But nothing shocks me anymore. Well, that's really it for this week's, what sold over the weekend video. If you have any comments or questions, please leave those down below. If you've made it this far, I just realized that I forgot to say, hi, my name is Brian. I'm a reseller and a YouTube content creator. So in case you got this far, you don't know who the heck I am. That's who I am. But anyhow, I'll have another video coming out on Wednesday and then another one on Friday. But until then, have a great day.